Welcome to today's episode of Sunny's Silver Linings. Sunny's guest today is Matthew Koenig, Vice President of Channel Development at Threat Advice. In this episode, Matt talks about how to effectively sell cybersecurity to MSP customers, believing in your MSP's capabilities, being willing to walk away from certain business, and so much more. And now, your host and the CEO of IT by Design, Sunny Kayla.
Matthew, thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Glad to be here.
Yeah, and we were talking about this last week, that cybersecurity is just an amazing opportunity, awesome opportunity that like majority of the businesses, they are looking for an effective cybersecurity solution or a partner. And what I see, Matthew, is that we have this Build It coming up in July 27th. And there are just so many solutions out there. There's just so many companies, right? And there is kind of really, I think, while there's a big opportunity, but there's a lot of confusion being created because everyone wants to do cybersecurity. Everyone wants to start a cybersecurity product just because of the opportunity and availing that opportunity. But where MSPs are really confused is how to go about selling cybersecurity solutions to SMBs, their customers. And I see this struggle. I came back from one of the peer groups, their quarterly meeting, and we had a lot of conversations around cybersecurity there. And the biggest challenge that I hear from a lot of MSP partners is, Sunny, there are just kind of, I have just this great opportunity and I'm not able to unleash the full potential just because I don't have the sales capability, or I don't know what exactly it is, but we are not able to unleash this full potential just because our numbers are not just supporting the type of opportunity, the market size that people are talking about. What's going on? And I think it really comes down to how MSPs are really going about selling and having the right people and having the right message and right kind of sales process to do that. And I know you have a lot of experience there, and we are here to share our insights, our experiences, so to help our MSP partners so they are more successful in selling cybersecurity solutions. So what is the most effective way for MSPs to sell cybersecurity to their customers?
Well, the most effective way is they build their stack and the customer has no choice. That's the most effective way. That's not always going to be the case. But to me, and what I always tell MSPs, I did some consulting work between my last two gigs. And one of the things I ran into is, one, they don't believe in their own security stack. And it's really hard to sell anything if you're not coming from a place of authority. If you're not coming from a place of, this stack is put together because I know this is the proper solution to make sure I'm keeping you safe. So to me, the first thing is they have to believe in themselves. And that seems to be a problem in a lot of cases, which I don't understand, because they are the experts. Most of these customers don't even understand what they're talking about, right? They're CEOs of businesses. They just know there are issues out there and they want those issues to go away, and they don't want those issues on their doorstep. So to me, step one is believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing, because people can smell it 5 miles away if you don't.
Yeah, and let me interrupt you there a little bit. That this is a great point. I want us to elaborate on this a little bit, like why of they not having confidence in their own cybersecurity capability, because you need that cybersecurity confidence to be able to be that authority and where people kind of really believe in what you're selling, as you said. So what are the common reasons that you hear from MSPs, like why they don't have that confidence or why they don't believe in themselves and their capability?
Well, because a lot of the people doing sales for a lot of these small to mid-sized MSPs, it's the business owner going out, right, to do the sales job. A lot of them are not experts at sales. They'll admit that openly, but they go out and they do the sales. Problem is, as a salesperson, you know you're going to get beaten down and told no literally 9 times out of 10. But a lot of these business owners, because they have so many other things to do, as soon as they're told no, and they're told no enough times, that's it. I don't need to deal with this anymore. Nobody wants my product. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Where just the opposite is true. In any sales situation, you're going to get a ton of no's before you get a yes. But here's the other key. They're trying to sell cybersecurity services. Now, I will say this, in my entire sales career, early on, I tried to sell things. And what I found is one of the secrets was later on, I don't want to sell you anything. I want you to buy from me. And it sounds like it's the same thing, but it's a completely different thought process in what you're doing and how you're presenting information.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And so what I hear you say is that it's mainly the way they are, they're thinking about the selling process, their overall kind of, hearing that no, and really kind of it impacts their confidence level. Now, what are your thoughts in terms of they believing in the cybersecurity products? And as I mentioned earlier, so you talk to anyone, right? So there are so many different providers trying to sell through MSPs. And so I don't want to name any product, but just so many, like from the options or the MSP ecosystem catalog, if you can say sales catalog, product catalog that you talk about. So do you think people have confidence in like the product, cybersecurity?
I think a lot of times they have confidence in the products that they've picked out. But at the same time, I think a lot of MSPs have trouble going, what do I have to offer, right? What should my security stack look like? Do I need to break it down into multiple pieces, right? Do I not want to go and say, Mr. Customer, this is my security stack, take it or leave it? Or do they want to say, okay, if they say no to this, I'll just give them this. And if they say no to this, I'll just give them this. Yeah. And one of the things that runs into is it's an add-on. And as soon as something's an add-on, well, that's what it is. If it was important, you would be automatically including it. We wouldn't be having this conversation. It would be part of what you're doing for me, for whatever the price you're offering. I mean, it's kind of like when you go to Best Buy, you go to buy something, and they go, oh, well, you need this to go with it. You should get this to go. No. That's an add-on. I don't want to hear add-ons. I came here to buy X. And as soon as they start breaking stuff out, breaking it down, and offering different pieces, they're setting themselves up for a customer to go, I don't need that. Well, why do I need that? So to me, one of the most effective things MSPs can do nowadays is look at all the options on the marketplace. As you said, let's pick out zero trust. There are 5 or 6 vendors I know of that do zero trust. The question is, do you want to offer that to your customer? First of all, should that be part of your stack in your opinion? Second of all, based on that, and based on your knowledge of what zero trust should do, fine, pick one vendor that you think is best. I don't know that one is better than the other. I don't get involved in that decision process a lot, but pick one. Understand the product, understand how it works, make it a part of your stack. And now don't sell zero trust to somebody. What you're selling is a comprehensive security package that will make sure that they're protected on an ongoing basis. You have to decide what's critical in your security stack. And that's it. That's your security stack.
Now, you also talk about having that willingness to walk away, like when it's the right customer. So can you talk to me a little bit more about that? Because this is so critical, and I see this like with so many partners, our IT by design partners, during our build at peer groups, conversations happen that, hey, Sunny, I have a lot of C customers. They're not paying the bill. They're not, like I'm running this business and donating services to a lot of C customers. But that was one thought that just crossed my mind. But I want to understand, what do you mean by be willing to walk away?
Sure. Look, I know it's easy for me to talk about because it's not my business, right? As an MSP owner, you know your business. I don't. But I do know sales, and I do know what I've done. And I'll give you an example of that in a second. Not every customer is a good customer, okay? One, if you have to convince them to do something, probably not a good customer. If they use up 50% of your time running back and forth dealing with them and not paying you market rate, probably not a good customer. If you have someone that absolutely, no matter what you do, won't have an intelligent conversation about cybersecurity, definitely not a good customer, because if they won't protect themselves, how are you going to protect them? And how are you going to protect yourself from them if they're ever breached and they decide they're coming after you because that was part of your job? You've got to be willing to walk away from wrong situations for yourself. Not every customer in your business is a good customer. Not every one of them is going to fit what you think should be ideal for you to deal with day in and day out. Now, I know, again, but it's money. But is it? If someone's paying you money, but you're doing 50% more work for them than you're doing for anybody else, especially on an all-you-can-eat plan, so to speak, is that really worth the money?